This is a short video on indenting the first line of a paragraph. I realize there are two places actually where this can be sort of wrong, and then it's hard to figure out where to correct it. The easiest way to indent for a paragraph is to go to the tab button on your computer every time you finish a line. But what is happening here is that this student, I think she had this center lined, but as you can see, it's already in 3 spaces. So when you center it, it's going to be over farther than it should be. So I sort of puzzled this out and tried to figure out how to fix this. So the one place I went was to something called line spacing. So I started at the home and I went to line spacing and went to line spacing options. And in that, it says under special, no line spacing options, which is probably what we want. And so we'll hit OK and see that does move it over. And this one, and so then when I hit center line, it goes, oops, sorry, let me up here. It goes right to the center without those extra 3 spaces. So that's the one place. The other one is down in this paragraph, I noticed that this is not 5 spaces, whereas this paragraph is 5 spaces in. So to make it consistent, I think you have to check out that this line spacing option here says first line 0.0, see what happens here, it's 0.025. So I'm going to make that 5. Actually, I'm going to make it none. And then this will go back. Right. Hopefully, the first line will always do that. Then the other issue is another way to track what the problem with this is. Let's see. Okay, here we go to a new paragraph. And this one, she has not indented at all. This one, you can see with the arrow indicates that she actually used the best way to indent, which is you get to the end of the line, you hit return, and then you hit tab on the computer, and you can see by that arrow that it goes in a set amount. You can find out what that set amount is by going to Format, Paragraph, or None, and say OK. Or first line, and it says 0.5, which is terrific. And so when you hit the tab, it will go in, oops, another 0.5, because that's where it was. Let's go down and see what other paragraph she has. Oh, no more. All right, good. So we worked on that a bit. Let's go back up here. If I go to paragraph and I say, first line, I end up there and I have it as a 0.3, let's say, then the first line will go in 0.3. Well, that's not enough in APA, so we need to make sure that that says 0.5. And so your first line will always be indented 0.5, and then it looks consistent across all these paragraphs. Thank you, Jennifer, for letting me use your paper. And I hope that helps. I've also written it out here. But what I realized when I made this video, there are actually 2 places where this can continue to be a problem. One is in this arrow, which is where the line spacing is, but on the bottom of that says line spacing options. The other problem that students sometimes have is that their computer is adding extra space between paragraphs. And so by checking this box, you can make sure that the computer is not adding extra space between your paragraphs. Don't add space between paragraphs of the same style. It's not necessarily a double space, an extra space, but it's a space that's a problem. So I hope this helps, and now I'm done.